Good morning, everybody. Trying to get my dribble right. Just give me a second. I'm sure I had this done, but fuck it. He said, the morning dribble. Shootings are a distraction from the presidential debate. Is that right? He said, how the book come? The book coming along fine. That's what's been occupying all my time. Good morning, everybody. Long time no see. Negroes! What's going on? Tell y'all a little story and shit. I tried to record this yesterday, but somebody fucking interrupt me and fuck my continuity up. You know what I'm saying? They destroyed a major league video. I was like 9 minutes in. He said, "You done with the book?" I'm working with like y'all wouldn't even know, man. Don't I look like a different person? I ain't seen y'all in a minute. Don't I look different? Gully, how they do the movie without you, God? That's some sucker shit. They did that for real. Gully, I think. Hold on. I think they're connected. You're an author now. Yeah, man. How did you and your neighbor begin talking about the racist symbol? Oh, yeah, that's what I'm on here to talk to y'all about. Me and I got locked up in this little county jail, right? I got locked up on the highway in college. So, of course, you in a rural area, whatever, they gonna take you to the nearest county jail, and they did, right? All right, this county jail that I was in, I was so upset that I got fucked up in college, and my people had to go down to my dorm and empty my shit out. It was just a real frustrating, embarrassing situation. So when I got to jail, I was enraged. So I wasn't hearing nothing. They had me in this little county jail. I was basically doing what the fuck I want. They couldn't do nothing with me and shit. They weren't equipped to deal with somebody from the inner city, basically. So boom, in these small county jails and shit, if you get to acting up, they'll ship you to another jail. It's like a institutional. It's like a disciplinary exchange. What they'll do is they'll send you to another county jail for one of their problem inmates, and that they try to diffuse people's aggression by moving them further away from their peoples and shit, I guess. But anyway, when I got to this other county jail and shit, I tested the water. When I got there, I had an encounter. They was booking me in and shit. I smelled pussy on the COs too, at this spot too. So I started my bullshit. I took a tray from somebody, and I'm going to the hole. You going to the hole, my nigga? Just go and pack your shit. You going to the hole? You already know. So I went to the hole, and they put me next door to this guy from the Aryan Nation or Aryan Brotherhood, right? The dude from the Aryan Brotherhood and shit. We was in a 23-1 situation, so we used to go to the yard at the same time. They had us in these little dog kennels and shit. We used to have to, that's what we went for our little wreck. But anyway, we had these jumpsuits on. We was in the hole. We had these jumpsuits on. So when we would go out to work out, we would unzip the jumpsuit and tie it around our waist, so I could see all of his tattoos and shit like that. And all of his tattoos was white power, Peckerwoods, and what I mean, all that crazy shit. So of course, I know what that means. I didn't speak to him. I never spoke to him. I stayed out of his way. This dude used to get newspapers and shit. Used to get the USA Today, and when he would get them, he would pass them around to the convicts on the little block on the range or whatever. Again, we in the hole, so we need this shit as entertainment. When the newspaper would come to me, I would say, "Nah, I'm good, fam," and I just keep on. I just pass it on to the next guy and shit. After I done declined this dude's newspaper 2 or 3 times and shit, I guess I don't know whether he was offended or he just felt that maybe I had some racist views on him. I don't know what it was, but anyway, he he every day whenever we would have a close encounter, he would try to speak to me somewhat, a head nod or just any type of acknowledgement. We was getting we would have to stick our hands through these little holes in this gate. You know what I mean? For them to take our handcuffs and shit off. So he would be at his gate at the same time as me. We getting our handcuffs taken off. So whenever we would be at this gate, it was only a little fence between us. He would look, what's up, head nod, and I would just look at him and look off into another direction and shit. Boom. One day and shit, he was like, he was on his gate while they was feeding us. So both of us was at our gate again. They was passing our trays through the slot. He like, "Yo, Lindsay." I'm like, "What?" No, this motherfucker ain't talking to me and shit. He like, yo, Lindsay. I'm like, "What's up?" I'm like, "What's up?" He like, "Hey, yo, man." He said, "Every time I speak to you and shit like that," he was like, you never, respond to nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't talk. You'll never talk to me and shit. He was like, "I know it's probably because of these tattoos I have and shit, right?" He had the white power tattoos and shit like that. He said, "Man, what I'm trying to say is, I ain't got nothing against you." He said, "I don't know you. I don't have nothing against you, yo." He said, "We locked up back here." He said, "I don't got nothing against you." He said, "Matter of fact, I ain't got nothing against you or your people." Word. He said, "Yeah, black people don't pose any threat to, me and my people and our little movement and shit." He said, "I know that you've of course looked at my tattoos and you assumed that I'm a certain way, but I would like to give you some history on, my people, the Aryan Brotherhood, whatever group he was a part of." He like, "I want to give you some history on it." So I'm like, "Fuck it, you know what I mean? Go ahead, we building whatever." So first thing he said was this swastika on my arm. He said, "I know what you're thinking about when you see it and shit." He said, "That shit is a misconception." He said, this swastika is a Sanskrit character. This is Sanskrit, and it means well-being." Just as sure as he gave me that explanation whenever I got a chance to look it up, that's what it meant. So, you know what I mean? I'm kind of engaged now because I like to hear new information from people and shit. And he's kicking some shit. So he was like, "Yeah, man." He was like, "We ain't got nothing against black people, man." He said, "We got beef with the government." This is what the Aryan guy, my neighbor, was saying. He was like, we got beef with the government." And at which point he started talking about Timothy McVeigh. He thought McVeigh was really a real live nigga. He thought he was real live. And he was like, "As far as black people though," he said, "we not thinking about y'all, man." He said, "Y'all ain't got no money for real. All y'all buy is fucking sneakers and shit like that. Um, all y'all need is a Cadillac and a machine gun. Y'all gonna kill each other and shit." I'm like, damn. He said it straight like that. He said straight like that. He said, "All y'all need is Cadillacs and machine guns. Y'all kill each other off and shit. So, y'all ain't no threat to us, man." He said, "We not tripping off y'all. We got beef with, financial institutions and, this person and that person. But black people," he said, "y'all ain't even organized, man. Ain't nobody tripping off y'all like that." I'm like, damn. He said, "I'm sharing this information with you so you can go back to your people and share it with them. Now, I'm going to tell you what's going on." He said, and this is like 2000, 2001. He said, "Right now, while y'all doing y'all drive-bys on each other and shit," he said, "we got kids up in the mountains of Montana and Idaho in the woods learning how to shoot assault rifles, shoot machine guns and shit. I'm like, word. He was like, yeah, they learned how to shoot. He said they also learn how to fish, hunt, and we planting our own crops. He said if the government decides to disrupt, pollute, or do anything for that matter to our food and water supply, there's nothing we can do about it. He said, there's nothing that you and your people can do about it because y'all not prepared. He said, we prepared and shit. I'm like, damn. Yeah, living off the grid. Yeah, he told me about this in 2001 and shit. He said there's women living out in the woods with them that's fucking the whole tribe. Like, everybody that live on this property can fuck this broad. You dig? And their whole point is to make another 100% pure white baby boy. Everybody on the whole campus or on the whole property fucking her. They teeing off on her, just hoping that she'll make another boy. A boy is a soldier. A boy is a potential soldier. This is what the Aryan boy is telling me and shit. So I'm like, God damn. That day, he just really opened up. He started talking about Thor and Vikings and shit. And I'm like, damn, they got Thor. You know, the Aryans and shit, they fuck with Thor and shit. He's been a cartoon character since I was a kid and shit. I'm like, God damn, that's crazy. And when I seen that shit happen yesterday, I mean, over the weekend, those two mass shootings that happened back to back, I'm like, this shit sound like the same shit that my man was saying that my neighbor was talking about in 2001. You know what I mean? They was preparing for some shit like this. They was preparing to set it off. Yeah, I liked it Thor too, but I found out that he has some type of, his roots is I guess Viking, and it has some type of racial connotation. But yeah, the guy told me that, you know, they would set it off one day. And he made a point of, after everything that he said to me, he said, fam, I'm telling you this so you can take this shit back to your people. And everything that I'm kicking to you is for the self-preservation of our people, the white people. This is what he was saying. He said, everything I'm sharing with you, you can go and take it back to your people to preserve the well-being of you and your people. I was like, God damn. So, yeah, that's the conversation that I had with a white supremacist and shit. Oh, he went on to say, in regards to, me feeling any type of racial shit about him, he said, I just got off death row. The white guy. He said, I just got off death row. And he had his newspaper clippings, and he was in this county jail on writ, fighting the case or whatever. But he had just came off of death row and shit. How did he get off death row? A paralegal in the law library from the Nation of Islam, a black guy, helped spring this nigga from his situation. So he was dealing with me as a convict. I don't know if you have anybody who's never been to prison. That's kind of a term of endearment to guys who served a lot of time. They call each other convicts. But he was like, yeah, I'm just kicking this shit to you, man, because I'm a convict just like you. Despite the racial shit, he said, we ain't got nothing. We're not tripping off y'all. So, he said, been saying this for years. Yeah, I'll never forget having this encounter with this guy. And as years went by, everything that he said to me came into fruition. It came to be the truth and shit. And I'll never forget him. And yeah, he was talking about, planting crops and livestock, raising their own cattle and shit like that, way back then and shit. And again, he said, man, y'all stuck on them Cadillacs and machine guns and shit. Did you ever school on your religion and background? Yeah, I told him what I was. As soon as he told me that somebody from the Nation of Islam sprung him, from his situation, I told him I was raised in the nation and shit. At which point he started to tell me he liked the military. He liked the military and the disciplinary agenda that's associated with the Nation of Islam, because the discipline in the military shit is the same shit that them niggas is on for real and shit. He said, is he still locked up? That was in 2000, 2001 when I had this guy. He might not even be living anymore, but I remember the lesson bestowed upon me and shit. You could walk down the street and trip over a piece of information, yo. So yeah, and I thought it was thorough that me and him was able to put our beliefs aside. He said he wasn't with no race mixing. This dude made it clear that we not, hell no, we not with no race mixing. None of that, you know what I mean? He told me he got little kids that play with, black kids in their neighborhood, wherever they from and shit. He said, but they know they not supposed to be no hanky-panky and none of that type of shit. His kids already know what it is and shit. Good morning to everybody here. I know it's been a minute. I'm perfecting my dribble and shit. I was at the range recently and seen a little white boy with his mom's letting off AK rounds. The witnesses they interviewed in El Paso in the very beginning said it was 3 shooters. I heard that. I also seen a text message on Facebook where a chick was like, this is like some malicious shit, man. These people all started shooting at once and shit. This was the Texas situation. She was implying that it was multiple shooters. He said, have you analyzed the Glasses Malone video, Tupac Must Die? Yeah, that shit was genius. To make your mark, man, you got to step out there. Keep in mind that he wrote that rap. And made it make sense. And the guy that did the video, he held up his end of the bargain. That shit was incredible. He said one of the top shooters was dressed like a cop. I'm telling y'all, it sounds like an organizational situation and shit. Shout out to North Philly. Crisis actors. You think the guy in Dayton, Ohio, who killed his sister, you think that was a crisis actor? Megan Betts, 22 years old. I need an ashtray. Hold on. No niggas use anything for ashtrays. Pardon me. Trying to get my dribble right. All Walmarts need armed security guards. Yeah, they need armed security guards. They got motherfuckers at the door checking motherfuckers for receipts. Y'all need to be checking for firearms in that motherfucker. He said, son, Ted Williams, son, there's never been a mass shooting in the hood. Why is that? Nigga, it's mass in the hood every weekend. What the fuck is you talking about? Y'all hear this nigga? I was about to get to that part too. I was about to get to that part too. This Betts guy, what's his name? Chris Betts. And, we got niggas like that operating in the inner city, shooting at us every fucking weekend and shit. Philly, Chicago, New Orleans, Baltimore. Mass shootings go on every fucking day, weekend. Straight up. So what's up with that? What y'all think about that narrative and shit? Well, I think that yeah, like I was saying, a lot of the shit that go on in the inner city might be drug related. Yeah, I mean some retaliation type shit, some issues between two parties. That don't make the shit legit or nothing like that. But these other guys that's doing the mass shootings, they just showing up where the general public is assembled at and just spraying indiscriminately at. And that's sucker shit. I think a day is gonna come because the law of averages is real. I think there's gonna be a day that comes one of these mass shooters gonna come and he gonna show up with his weapon to do his deal, and a regular citizen gonna be there and they gonna be strapped at the time and they gonna take care of that shit. Yeah. He said 40 people shot in Chicago this weekend. That's a mass shooting, like a motherfucker. "17 shot in 3 hours in Chicago." Y'all see what I'm saying now? Moon, what's good? What cities is up in here, man? Let me get a roll call, man. See where I'm dribbling at, man. It's been a minute. Thank you. 40 people shot in Chicago, and you don't think the police had something to do with it? Why do the police need to help niggas be shot in Chicago when niggas do a great job of clapping motherfuckers? Virginia, San Antonio, Staten Island, Chicago, Akron, Bmore, Memphis, New Jersey, Buffalo, money earning Mount Vernon, Cashville, BX, Fred Briggs, you never disappoint me, man. Dayton, Ohio, Charlotte, I'm glad you wasn't in harm's way, Dayton, Ohio. Los Angeles, North Philly, Cleveland, Maurice Jones, I see you, my nigga. We doing it. We doing it. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. This your first time in here, and hit the bell so you get the notifications and shit. I don't abuse the live, man. I actually get on here when I got something to fellowship with y'all about. I don't cover other niggas' content. Don't fuck with nobody doing on no other channel. You dig? Keeping this shit Gully and shit. Amityville, New York. As you can see, I'm rolling up on a new source. Guess they come out like every 6 to 9 months now and shit. This ain't Dave Mays' source. This is a different era. It's totally different now. Just subscribe, Rasheed Lewis. I appreciate that. Follow me on Instagram, The Real Gully TV. I'm pretty wavy dude, man. You might want to see me in motion and shit. And I be having things going on over there and shit. What are your thoughts on the Alpo King Erner situation? I think it's over with now. It happened. He got the phone call. Ern wanted that. He got it. Feel me? So you talk that talk. I speak the truth. Gully, what team you have to win an NBA? Lakers. Scheme said he longed for you. That sound like some feminine. That sound like some fruity shit, yo. That nigga need to go get in the fucking shower, yo. That nigga need to get in the shower. What you think about the original Bloods? Queen Flip was interviewing. I seen the one with Killer Dave. The Bloods history is in a mess now because everybody telling the story their own way. Originally, OG Mac was the founder, I guess. Killer Dave got on there yesterday and said OG Mac was kind of like scared when he encountered him, and was tucking his tail until he got behind him. He said, "I'm the reason that OG Mac was popping and shit." So we don't know. We don't know what's going on, man. I do want to see who the nigga Tankhead is and shit. I want to see a picture of Tankhead and shit. I messaged a couple guys about him yesterday. I even tried to Google search, some information on him. Say he was a bad motherfucker, man. Say he was wild as a motherfucker. He had to be partially retarded too because he turned a 3.5 to 7 into a life sentence. That's a goddamn shame. What about Dave East playing Method Man in the Woo movie? He might get it off. Would you go on Flip? Yeah, he seems to be getting his dribble right. He's having some more solid, interviews and narratives and shit. When he was on the jokey joke shit, the prank shit, I thought that shit was corny. He said, "I'm glad these shootings weren't at school." The police killed the one in Dayton, Ohio, like almost as soon as they couldn't save 9 lives, but they said had he got into this little bar that he was trying to shoot his way into, they said it could have been ugly. But as soon as they heard the shots, it was police in the area, they engaged him when it killed his ass. I think these people who do these shootings, I don't think they should have any rights. This is the problem. These police, they be so wrapped around trying to look important. Oh, the such and such police department was able to apprehend and subdue the suspect without any further injuries. Then you get a captain up there. Yeah, my officers was able to corner the suspect and engage him, and they eventually were able to arrest and secure the guy. They try to make it look like it's their professionalism. Fuck that. When they encounter these motherfuckers and these motherfuckers shooting and shit, ain't no going to jail. You ain't going to jail, motherfucker. Hell nah. You're not going to jail. Not tonight. You ain't going to jail tonight. Straight up. That's crazy. It just don't make no sense. I know these motherfuckers couldn't get away with this shit in other countries. They couldn't get away with this shit in other countries. Like the countries to be with the police to walk around with the machine guns and shit. Like Jamaica and shit like that. Open fire in Jamaica. Open fire in Jamaica. You see Flip's episode when he spoke with a dude that broke his jaw. Yeah, that was crazy. He said it's open fire in Jamaica already. I'm just saying, I know that from doing research, Jamaican police they real brutal. They got a history of getting down. They don't with little or no provocation. So that's why I use them. He said, "Yeah, I seen Queen Flip put out the whole Benemy interview, but he edited. I saw the original. Oh, he put it back up, but he took some of it out. Y'all like this video? It ain't but 41 likes. It's almost $3 worth of people in here, man. Come on now." What you think about Lance signing in China? I think Stephon Marbury is a mentor for Lance Stevenson, and when Lance didn't get signed right away, he told him, "Man, come on over to China, get you a check." They give him $4 million to play a year. The season in China is only from like now to February or some shit. So he gonna go over there and play what is essentially a half season. He gonna play a half season, then he gonna come back and probably get signed a half season by somebody who ready to shape their team for the playoffs or whatever. He took out the whole part about 50 and Murder Inc. Tankhead was a monster, but so was Kareem Berry from Brownsville. They called the box Barry's beam. He was cutting everything Spanish. Barry was an official tissue. As far as OG Mac, he was not soft. Homeboy made him seem like he was soft. It's plausible the shootings are connected because of the timing and their ages. I think the timing. I don't think it was a copycat situation, but the second guy, he killed his own sister. He arrived on Oregon Street or whatever, the Oregon District. I guess that's what, people party and shit. 3.5 hours prior to the shooting with his sister and another companion. I don't know whether he had the strap with him then or what, but his sister was one of the first people that he killed. I wonder what the fuck these dudes be thinking. Like, you just gonna spray up some shit and then when you run out of ammunition, you just gonna go on about your business, or... Why black women don't take baths. You don't smell black women in them taxi cabs. Oh, shit. You ain't gonna be in here shooting at Queens. I don't know who that was, man, but not here. Why they keep saying blood started NYC because of Latin kings and them. The Muslim Zulu Nation, 5% of the God bodies used to. You saying a whole lot, man. How you feel about Mexican people towards black people? I ain't got nothing against no Mexicans. I done had some Mexican pussy before. It was bomb. I don't know what the fuck their hang up is, man. Don't nobody like us. Other niggas don't like us. Motherfuck them. So what? Would you do a doc on Sham God? Absolutely. What you think about Bimmy talking about Preem? He could talk about Preem, homeboy. That's his man and shit. Y'all subscribe to the channel, man. I got to get up out of here. Got to return a couple of emails. Somebody trying to get this line. I appreciate y'all for sliding through. I just wanted to tell y'all that story about my encounter with one of the white supremacists and shit. I appreciate everybody that's here. I can't tell y'all the next time we gonna do this, but you're gonna keep some dope content on this channel, I promise you. Let me see the basketballs before I get up out of here. Peace.